I'm super excited. This is my friend, Karina Kennedy, and we are here to launch her book, her first novel, which is so fun and so sexy, really fun read, written in a really fun way, combination travelogue, novel, really, really fun.
Yeah, how to meet travelogue, kind of like a Bridget Jones style with lots of lists. It's a fun beach read. Really fun. Really, really fun. So let me introduce you. Thank you for that lovely introduction. Adria Tenor, my co-host. I've got my notes because I'm not as good as you are. Actress, writer, and content creator. She is most known for her role in the Academy Award-winning film The Artist, as well as her television work in Greek, Mad Dogs, and Mad Men. Her ambition is to create stories for and about women, and to high five on that right there, and to foster opportunities for a diverse point of view in theater, film, and television. Welcome, co-host Adria.
So that's why I'm really excited to do this, to support this really very feminine story that I love.
Thank you.
And then we're going to...
So you read the book already, didn't you?
I read the book. I got an advanced copy of the book, but you guys haven't read it. So I'm actually going to read a little...
Oh yeah, sorry guys, you're waiting. Come on in. Our VIP party guests are here. They're going to be doing some wine tasting. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Welcome, guys. Okay. So we've got our VIP party guests. Thanks for joining us. And we are just about to read the book description here.
So, okay. Marina Taylor is a bold adventure seeker writer with a one-way ticket to Rome and big dreams to write her book, Italian Women of Influence. But an undeniable connection with an irresistible stranger and her penchant for disaster just may derail her plans.
So that is the book description. And I'm going to admit, full disclosure, I put the introduction after chapter 1. And that is because I was trying to trick you, because everybody always skips the introduction. And the introduction in this particular book is important because that is how you get to know Marina. I'm going to read you a little bit about Marina. She's talking about herself here. I think this is going to give you a good idea of who she is. She says, as an intrepid explorer, I am unwilling to miss out on a memory, willing to bend the rules, unafraid of my own beauty, and ready to share it with those who deserve it. Men get to roam the world with London, Kerouac, and Larry McMurtry. Have done will travel, and women get to stay home with Jane Austen. Screw that. Have Penn will travel. So this is who Marina is. She says, I want to date like a man unapologetically. Confidence must be faked until it is found, and openness must be practiced until it eclipses ego. Alrighty. So, well, you know what? Some of those people are early, so we're not going to actually introduce VIP guests. I think what we're going to do is talk about the prizes. Do you know how to say prizes in Italian?
How do you say prizes in Italian?
We might need some help with this. Nadia will help us.
On
I think it's Brizzi. We're going to need some help with that. I clearly am not
There's
Italian.
going to be prizes.
Let's talk about how the giveaways work.
Okay. So everybody who's watching, in order to win, you must be watching. So we will announce your name because we're going to spin a wheel, which you will see. And if we announce your name, then you can drop a comment into the YouTube comment section chat. Or if you're watching on StreamYard, then you just do a real DM and we know that you're here and watching the whole thing. You get your giveaway.
So why don't, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to give you a little taste of what's to come. These are all travel-related items, and there's going to be a couple of autographed books. So why don't we go ahead and test it out? Let's test out that prize wheel. Sue, hey, you know what? I forgot to introduce Sue. You can't see her. We've got her hidden in the back. kind of lock her up. She's got all the computers in there, and she's running everything for us behind the scenes, and we don't let her out until the show's over. So, Sue, can you please spin the prize wheel for us so that we can give away our first? This is courtesy of Angie Hansen in South Dakota. Thank you, Angie. She has an awesome shop on Etsy called Barn Creation Co. And she has all sorts of handmade wood items, home decor, and personalized products. Like you can see, this is a travel kit. So this is what we give away to Angie. And let's spin the wheels. There's a lot of people on that wheel. Alex
won.
That's a friend of yours.
Yes.
Special shout out to Alex. If you're watching, Alex, do a comment in the YouTube stream so you're watching.
And tell us where you're going to go.
Yeah.
So I can meet you there.
Where's the first place you're going to go with your new travel kit? Congratulations, Alex.
Yay!
All right. Let's see what's next here. So I think it's something to drink.
Yeah.
We need our bartender. Where are you? And let's introduce our special guests, Lori and Scott. Can you show them so we can see them? You can believe that Lori. Yes.
They're certified, and she and Scott curated the wines for us for this party. Right?
That's right.
Lori's
like a doctor. She's got a lot of abbreviations after her name. She's got the CSW, Court of the Masters, Level 1, WSET, whatever that means. I think it's really important. Level 3, Taste the Wine, Taste the Passion specialization. So I think that's an Italian wine specialization. Is that right, Lori?
Yes, correct.
Welcome.
Passion.
Scott, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having us. It's awesome to be here. So we want to talk a little bit about our wine. We're going to start out with summertime, and we're in the mood.
Okay.
The first wine that we're gonna, the Malvasia Bianco, and my name's Scott Roughgarden. I'm a wine biz. I'm a partner of an importer called Grape Juice Group. We are Old World exclusive, and when you hear the term world, and we have a very strong influence and focus on Italian wine. You know, we represent a very famous Barolo producer, Daniele Conterno from the north. This wine we're going to be drinking here, the Vero, is actually from a region in southern Italy called Basilicata. Basilicata is just north of Calabria. It's really famous for its volcanic soil. So I love volcanic soil wine because everything is pronounced in the glass. And Malvasia particularly, you know, I want US consumer base. One, it's perfect for summer. It's going to be full bodied. Drinkers out there, full bodied white. This is absolutely perfect for you. On the nose, you're going to get all floral, all stone fruit. I call Malvasia like the best funky wine that you could ever have. And you know, on the palate, you're going to get a bit of residual sugar, but it's really the acidity is going to be high, and you want good acid in wine because it means it's going to really well with the food. But for those, what do you think of the nose profile?
beautiful, it's floral, really beautiful.
Speaking as someone with a big nose profile, I actually love it a lot. Thank you. And you know what? I didn't get to introduce you yet, Scott, so I'm just going to jump in really quick. Scott is a founding partner of Honey Bubbles Wine. In addition to having many years in the wine business, he has worked with major brands such as Red Bull, Heineken, where he launched and implemented the Heineken Beats campaign. So, man of many talents, thank you for joining us as well. And we also have Giuseppe, who is our Italian bartender back here. Wave to the good ladies at home. Giuseppe is single. We're gonna put his. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So this is-
Scott, what would you drink this with? What would you? This is like a aperitivo wine, right? Like you'd be sipping at a party, like we're doing right now.
You know, that's one of the best things about Malvasia is the acidity there for the food, absolutely. But can you drink this on your own? 100%. And with it, we're all in LA, so it's what, like 90 degrees outside this afternoon. So this is like 100% perfect. It's refreshing. You're going to get it's fruit forward completely. Fruit is going to be center stage with this wine. But if I were going to do a pairing with this, you know, wines that have almost like a sweeter kind of complexity, you can do spicy, anything that's fried, and goat cheese. I think goat cheese, actually either of the whites would be like a match made in heaven. So.
Lori, what would you want to throw into that mix there for us? What else would you have with it?
There's lots of things.
Did someone say cookies?
Definitely. And the thing is that the cheese, I agree with, like rice itself with some fruits in it, or like that would be fabulous. A little bit of some type of thing. Maybe some spicy foods, like maybe even like barbecue.
That sounds good. Lori, are you cooking up barbecue? We're coming over.
Yeah, here you go. So, you guys enjoying the wine?
Yeah, it's really good.
It's fantastic. What are we doing next? The San Angelo? Because I think some people at home have the San Angelo.
Okay, so this, the San Angelo, I was going to say, this is a little over here. The San Angelo is, I think, Grigio being probably the best known white, even though hundreds.
Please.
Everybody seems to know their way around. Go to a business here, I'd like Grigio. You know, it seems to be independent, kind of whatever. But it goes with so many different foods, and so everybody knows Santa Margarita. They coined the term Grigio. That's great, and that's great. But however, because it's Christmas, and let's see what the nose is. I like it a little bit of citrus.
We're gonna drink this.
Please, angels, please.
Let's swish it around. And this is like most of the Pinot Grigios you come across Alto Adige, Northern Italy. This is from Tuscany, from the Belgium, which has been around for a long time.
So this is more like a first course wine. After you've had the Malvasia, maybe sit down to like a little seafood course.
Absolutely. And why I kind of follow this one, because it has some of those citrus tropical, right into the dry, really nice, and kind of smooth. A little bit of oil on the surface that I like. And to me, it complements excellent. Any type of thing that you want. A lot of food, I would say, would be great with this. And also, fish of any kind. Also, or some nice plates. That's what I would suggest.
I want to know when our heroine would be drinking this wine in the book. At what point do you think it would?
I think she would drink it the minute someone handed it to her.
We like that.
All right, well, thank you guys. Okay, so we're going to stop right now with the two whites, and we'll come back to you in a little while for the honey bubbles, which I'm very excited about, because Giuseppe is picking up one of the cocktails for us.
Oh,
because it's a very summer wine. But right now, I think we should give away something.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a book. Should we give away an autographed book?
Okay, I love it.
Not this one, because this one has my notes in it. How about
Let's give
one of
this one
those?
away.
And it's going to be autographed. I will write whatever you want in it, except for my phone number. Sorry about
You
that.
can write my phone number.
I'll write her phone number in it. And Sue, if you would go into the spin the wheel for us, we'll figure out who's going to get this
Lori and Scott, don't drink too much over there.
autograph book.
Yeah.
These are all the people who have subscribed that are watching.
And did you see that Alex said he was going to go to Tokyo? Is that what you said?
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Wow. And get that shampoo in the bottles and get on the
Yeah.
plane for Tokyo. Who's this? Martina. Martina, you
Monto?
can't win. Martina's in New Zealand. I'm gonna send it to you on Amazon. All right, Martina. In fact, I want to give Martina a shout out because she has designed my website for me. She's pretty awesome. So thank you, Martina, for all the hard work. And you have an autographed book coming to you on a slow boat from Long Beach to Auckland. All right, let's see. What do we have next? Oh, you know what? It's time to get some special guests in this house. In
Okay.
This party. We've got our first musical guest coming on. Hi, babe. Are you here with us? Hi, babe.
There they
Oh,
are.
there they are.
Hi, thank you for having us. We are Hi Babe.
Oh, okay, well, tell us about what you're going to play.
We are gonna play I Promise Everyone in Rome.
Great. You guys sound great.
Okay, good. If you need a friend, don't look to a stranger. You know in the end, I'll always be there. When you're in doubt, when you're in danger, take a look all around. I'll be there. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. But if you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. I promise you, I will. Your day is through, so is your temper. You know what to do. Gonna always be there. Sometimes if I shout, it's not what's intended. These words just come out. No cross to bear. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. But if you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. I promise you. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. And if I had to walk the world and you would fall for me, I promise you, I promise you, I will. Tell ya, need to tell ya, gotta tell ya, gotta tell ya. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. But if you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. I promise you. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they
you guys for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Yeah, we were just doing that,
You're
you know,
like doing
like
a slow
the
dance.
girl by herself on the dance floor, a little bit drunk, but she's loving the song. That's what we were doing.
I'm not drunk. Okay. I'm getting there.
We're like grooving it.
Thank you so much.
That was beautiful. That's one of my favorite songs. Nobody heard anything? Can we repeat?
Oh, good. Good. All right. I'm going to introduce Kara. She's an assistant professor of women's, gender, and sexuality studies and history at the University of Maine. And she's received a PhD from the Department of Near Eastern Languages and Civilizations at the University of Chicago. She has a forthcoming article coming out in the Journal of Women's History called Bad Romance, which explores how Italian and Turkish women novelists examine the love and heartbreak to critique authoritarian gender politics in the 1920s and early 1930s. Her Twitter handle is ANMHEARNMHUIR exclamation point. Let's welcome her.
Thank you so much for having me, and congratulations, Karina, on the book launch. It's such an accomplishment to be published, and I've been enjoying the book while I've been reading it over the past week. So everybody should get a copy and have fun. And so, like Karina said, I recently received my PhD from the University of Chicago, and I'm trained as a Middle Eastern historian, but my research focuses on authoritarian gender politics in the 1920s and 1930s. And so after living in both Italy and Turkey during and after college, I got interested in the Mediterranean, what the experience was like for women in very patriarchal societies after the First World War, to see kind of how their lives were impacted by new governments coming to power that say we're going to give women some rights, but then in fact hold them back and want them to pop out 12 children and stay home as homemakers, as opposed to joining the workforce, like joining the government. Women in Italy did not receive the vote until after the Second World War. And so it's really interesting as we study the early 20th century, how women are able to become active in public life or in politics without being able to vote and being able to join political parties. And so that's a bit about my research. At the University of Maine, I'm teaching classes on the First World War. I'm teaching Intro to Women's Gender and Sexuality Studies. And I'm also teaching a class in the spring on the modern Mediterranean. So there'll be a lot of discussions of what's going on in Italy from 1800 until tomorrow. So that's a bit about my research and teaching.
Kara, why don't you talk to us about what it is that you do, and also what you thought of the book. I know that you were interested in the authentic, real women, historical women that were depicted in the book. So maybe you could talk to us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. It's interesting. I started studying Italian in high school, and so it's really fascinating when you're studying new cultures, new languages, and new histories, which women you actually hear about and why which women are considered important enough to talk about or worth talking about. And so one thing that I really loved about this book is it exposed me to some women I've never heard of before in Italian history. For example, I've heard of Veronica Franco, who is a Venetian courtesan who wrote poetry, and she's fairly famous in kind of Renaissance Venetian history. But a figure like Virginia Oldoni, who was the Countess of Castiglione, a lover of Napoleon, I learned from this book that she was the selfie queen of France. And so after reading the book, I pulled her up there. I looked up some of her photography, and she kind of like Kim Kardashian was following her. If you look, the Met Museum has an exhibit of her photographs, and I could try to show some. if you'd like. I pulled them up on my screen. And so it's really interesting because these women in the book, some of them are known for their relationships to men, whether it is the Countess of Castiglione or but they also contributed other things to culture and society and history beyond just which men they were sleeping with. And also, it doesn't, like, I think for someone like Veronica Franco, who's a courtesan, I mean, just because she's working in a field associated with sex work doesn't mean like that is the only way to define her, or that she should perhaps even be, I wouldn't say vilified for it, but that's not the only thing that defines her. She's a very complete figure. Is considered an early feminist in Italy in a time when, you know, feminism is a very recent word. And so it's looking at how these women paved paths for future women, not just in Italy, but in other cultures, to kind of pursue their interests and passions. And so I think one thing that I really love about the book is it's going to expose readers to Italian women that normally are never discussed, or they're not discussed in, like, they are probably more known to Italians, but at least to American readers, like Alda Marini, who is fantastic. I'm not sure, you know, if I asked my mom, have you heard of this lady? She probably would say no. And so I'm glad that in the space of this novel, it's a fun story. I think it's a very empowering story, but you also learn a lot about Italian culture and about some famous women, which is kind of how I became a historian. So that's what I enjoyed about the book.
Thank you so much for that. We're gonna, if you stick around with us for a little while, and also I hope Nadia is still there, we might be able to cut back over to you once we sort out some tech issues. In the meantime, I think what we were gonna do was do another giveaway. Should we do that, Sue?
I also just feel like it's really cool that you taught this historian some interesting facts about some Italian women that she didn't know about. That's really cool.
You know, I was just trying to add a little bit of substance in with the fun stuff, you know, the fluff and the cotton candy. You need a little meat in there too, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh,
So-
okay, so we're doing a giveaway.
Let's do a giveaway. Let's give away these beautiful little bracelets. Actually, you have them right here.
They're so pretty.
And they say love in Italy. They're little bands, and they're almost like a
Like a little watch band.
yeah, like a little watch band.
I feel like it would look really good on me.
I think it
And
would.
And anyone else who might win it.
There we go. So when you're ready, why don't we spin that wheel, Sue, and see who our winner is?
Oh, Kelly.
Kelly.
Kelly, if you're here and watching, let's please drop a quote or drop a comment in the YouTube chat or DM us. What's it called? StreamYard. DM us on StreamYard.
Okay. You know what? I think at this point we. Yeah. Nadia, is she?
And if there's any way to talk with Nadia.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm so proud of Karina and just putting in light a woman in a position of, you know, just the fact that she's done this book is quite an achievement.
Thank you. What were some of the? You said you enjoyed the character of Regina. What did you find some similarities in what Regina was talking about and the things that you had to, you know, do as an Italian actress?
Yeah, for sure. There's it's very profound. There's some very, very insightful and profound guidelines, I think, for all people, but especially now speaking about women. In fact, I've highlighted some, and it's the fact that it's the fire inside you that attracts others. No matter what you look like, you have this. Find it and light it.
Okay, thank you, Nadia. Thank you.
Grazie.
Ciao, bella, grazie. Yeah, let's say goodbye if you guys can hear us, our VIP wine people, thank you so much for joining us. We've got some new guests coming in now, so I guess you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, as they say at the bar. Yeah, you can watch from the YouTube stream, and we're going to have some new wine tasters coming on with us. Thank you for joining us. And I think also, are the Michaels, either one of the Michaels with us or not yet?
I'm here, Michael, the flight attendant.
Oh, hello! Look how
Hey.
adorable you look in your outfit. I
Oh,
love your
there's the other
uniform.
one. Thank
There's
you.
the other one
I'm here, yes.
in
Michael,
his
number
loud,
two.
his loud silk shirt. So I have to say that Nadia is not the only actual real life person who has inspired a character in this book. The Michaels, who are dear friends of ours, and we love them so much. And they're a fantastic couple. They inspire me and make me laugh. They are also characters in the book, and especially Mike, who's a flight attendant in real life, but also in the book. Those of you who have read at least the first part of the book will know the special part about Marina trying to fly on a buddy pass. So, Mike, did you find that part of the book realistic?
For the most part, it was realistic. A lot of those people do actually roll over and keep rolling over and rolling over and rolling over until they can finally get on a flight. So yeah, it was pretty spot on.
Yeah. Does Mike work for a particular airline? Or just American? He's American. And
Yeah,
you're
I work
actually in Vegas right now. You're working right now, right?
Yeah, I've got to work the red eye home tonight, so I had to pop in for a little bit and say hello to everyone. And I'm really enjoying the book. I think she's a hot mess, like most of us. So I just laugh and laugh and laugh, and I keep laughing, and she keeps. It's like a Sagittarius, drink the punch and spill the punch bowl. So I think she's pretty funny. So.
Thank you. Wow, I'm so glad. That's a big compliment coming from you and Michael as well. Thank you, Michael. Thanks for joining us. So you guys stay with
Sure,
us. We've
course.
got some other VIP guests that are with us as well. I love the shirt, by the way, Michael.
Oh,
Michael
thank
is
you.
in the book, he's an editor, and in real life, he's an editor, and he inspires Marina to do a blog. And in fact, we should talk about the blog for a hot second here,
Okay.
because the blog actually in Marina's life comes first, because she starts doing that when she's her college road trip adventures, and that is available on the website for free. That's free content. So if you guys like the book and you can't wait for the next one to come out, and in the meantime you want to read some more Marina adventures, that's on the website. All you have to do is subscribe to the newsletter, and you get the secret code that unlocks the new chapters as they come out. Every couple of weeks you get a new chapter. So that's called Wanderlust, the blog. So thank you to Michael for inspiring that part of the story. All right, let's do some. Oh, you can drink some more. Let's drink some more, guys. Let's drink some more. So we're eating because it is a party.
Is it just one glass?
And we have, I hope all of you have food like this because it's pretty good. We've got a nice spread here. And we're going to do, Scott and Lori, are they still with us? Let's have them back to do the honey bubbles.
Is it the red?
Oh, no, we're going to do the honey bubbles. Scott and Lori. There they are. Hey, guys.
Hey,
We're back.
we're eating too.
And we've got a party going over here, so.
Yeah. Okay. Is it? But it's this one now. Oh, yeah, that's off. That's.
I was looking at that.
So,
Hi. Okay. So what are we tasting?
Which one do you like? Which one do you like?
what do you want us to do? Do you want us to do the red, or do you want us to do honey bubbles first?
Honey bubbles. Let's do it.
All right. So, this is actually my wine company, and this is what got me started in the wine game. And I will share just a little bit of background on it. So I actually started off as a server in Los Angeles. If anybody has ever been to Shutters on the Beach in Santa Monica, if you haven't, you have to go. Arguably one of the best hotels in LA.
When Ben comes out, let's ask him if he can raise this up just a little bit.
That looks good.
A funny
Great,
story.
great.
I used to be the liquor rep there.
No
Oh,
way.
it's such a small world.
Which distributor did you work for?
Young's Market.
Oh,
yeah.
Young's
Were you there
just
when
got
Simon was the food and beverage, the little guy from Italy?
Oh, Simone.
Yeah.
Simone Sapresti. Yeah, he moved. He now he's in the Miami market.
Oh, wow.
I got it up high. I raised it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no way. So I was a server in the lobby there for 7.5 years, and that lobby lounge was honestly a godsend for me. The amount of people I met in that lobby completely changed my life. And during Shutters also paid for our wine education, WSET 2 and 3, and because of that course, two of my colleagues and I, we were like, you know what, why don't we give this a shot? It was in our WPET 2 class. Master Somm Peter Neptune was our teacher. And when he started talking about Moscato, he was like, Moscato's growing 1,000% every year. It's the fastest growing segment in the US wine market, totally being driven by millennial and female demo. So I raised my hand in the middle of the class. And I was like,
Can you go up a little bit more?
what if I start my own Moscato brand? He's like, yeah, good luck. So two of my colleagues and I, we raised money. I drove every case of Honey Bubbles in the back of my car in the beginning. Now we're in over 20 states.
Is that high enough?
Yeah.
We're on Disney Cruise Lines and Virgin Cruise Lines. And we do produce Honey Bubbles in northern Italy in a region called Piemonte.
Looks
I
like
source from Asti and Veneto, which are two of the best regions in the world for Moscato. But we broke the rules completely on Honey Bubbles compared to a typical Moscato d'Asti. We pulled the residual sugar back by half. We ferment out to 11%, so we double the alcohol of the typical Moscato. But the most important thing is we call it Honey Bubbles because we donate to save the honeybees. And
That's so cool.
That's amazing.
I didn't know that. So you save the sugar in the wine and give it to the bees.
On the back of every label, it says "Sippin' Bubbles, Saving Bees." And
That's awesome.
knock on wood, 2020 was terrible for us with the shutdown because 90% of our accounts are what we call on premise, which is restaurants, hotels, nightclubs, and cruise lines. And now that everything has come back, it's just been boom, huge explosion back into the market. But so let's get into the bottle, and I would love for you to have some as well. Our host here.
We just had some. Are we on? Are we muted?
Yeah. Oh no.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Scott and Lauren, can you hear us?
Oh yeah. We can.
Okay, great. We just tasted ours. Hey, and we've also got Giuseppe is going to make a cocktail for us. Scott, we did you like the smash one, right?
I like them all. There's over 150 cocktails you can make with Honey Bubbles, and it's just another way to make for a restaurant. It's another way for a restaurant to make money off a bottle of sparkling wine. But because of the acidity and the sweetness, it really lends itself to, a really creative mixologist can come up with some really fun things. So which cocktail did you make for us?
What do we have, Giuseppe?
I already make one.
You already make one. This is the smash. What does this have in it?
I love this. I'm not a big fan of sweet, but I really love the fruity. It's not sweet.
Thank you. So on the nose, you're gonna get
basil and basilico, fragola, limone, and vodka.
What did you say, Scott? We're gonna get what?
I was gonna say for the profile of the wine, on the nose you're gonna get pear, peach, tangerine blossom. It smells like springtime in a glass. On the front of your palate, you will get that sweetness, but then on the back of your palate, it's totally dry.
Yeah, and also has a little bit of a briny, dry. I mean, it's got a dry nose. Even it's not super sweet.
Thank you. Thank you. And
Minerally almost.
Until you put it in here.
Okay, let's try that. I gotta
I'm just gonna get a little closer here so you guys at home can see this amazing cocktail that Giuseppe. This is our Giuseppe. And it's got the fragola, strawberries, basilico, limon, vodka, and honey bubbles. And then you muddle it. There we go. The muddling. This is the muddling. You want to try it?
So is it? Yeah, I'm gonna try it. So how's it going as the world gets back open? So are you able to supply? Are you able to meet the supply that you need, which has been?
I mean, selling out is always a good and a bad thing, but in SoCal specifically, we keep selling our distributor out every 3 weeks, and
Wow. This is
and
making me teary.
Lori,
That's really good.
Lori really helps us. We got into pavilions right before the shutdown happened, and we've just been biding our time because pavilions, one, it's owned by Albertsons and Vons, but it's their version of Whole Foods. It's their high end, I guess, brand. And in every single pavilion, they have a tasting bar, and that tasting bar drives so much business. And it's just like, it's a great way to give the consumer a chance to check out the wine, because when you see a wall full of wine and you don't know your regions, it can kind of be an overwhelming thing for a customer. But you just give them a little taste, they make a decision on the spot if they like it, and it's one of the best business tools that we,
It's like taking you back to Italy.
Exactly. Perfect. And
I mean,
Honey
that is
Bubbles,
such a win that you were able to complete the relationship with the grocery store when grocery stores were the place where we were getting all of our food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
Thank you.
exciting. Congratulations.
and
That
Honey
something
Bubbles,
good happened.
it is sparkling. It's the same method as Prosecco, which is called the Charmant method. And they do the Charmant method in a giant tank where they do the secondary fermentation to create the bubbles. And then, you want to drink Honey Bubbles young, it's lively when the fruit notes are at its prime.
And where's the production?
Ready.
In Piemonte, which Piemonte
Oh, it is.
In that case.
No. In
Northern Italy. That's
Congratulations, that's amazing. I love the name. I love what it stands for. I can't wait to taste it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So I think, are we going to welcome a couple more VIP guests?
Hey, Laura, I have to head out. Okay, nice to
Okay,
talk
sweetie.
to you guys.
Get some rest. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye,
Okay,
Michael.
love you.
Bye.
I guess
Are
I'll
you
head
the
out
ditch?
too.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye,
To the ditch,
guys.
Michaels.
Bye.
Thank
Michael.
you.
be
Thank
safe
you.
on the red eye.
And we're going to say ciao and bienvenuto
Ciao,
to
Bella.
Virginia and her friends. Is she with us yet? Is Virginia there? Virginia and Donna and Sandy. Guys, whoa, look at that party happening.
Yeah, we're having a big old party. Yeah, let me close
You know
this.
what? Mom, close the drapes behind you.
Come on, just notice that, sweetheart.
This is my mother, everyone. And while she's doing that, I want to read, this is the dedication in the book, which I posted on my Instagram on Mother's Day. And some of you might have read, if you have your copy of the book already, it says, "For my mother who first explored Italy with me and is not allowed to read this book." So I'm not sure if she followed those instructions or not, because I do see a copy there on the table. So I'm a little bit worried now at this point. But thank you for joining us. And in the book, I will say, obviously, Marina's mother is not the same as Karina's mother. However, there are little inspirational details that might ring true, and crafting is one of those things. And my mother is a fantastic craftsman. She does arts and crafts shows, and she creates jewelry bags, she creates lingerie bags, she creates these amazing soup bowl pot holders. I actually think that we have a picture of those. And the reason I'm talking about them is because that is our next giveaway. These are so if you want to heat up your pasta in the microwave, and you know how the bowl gets really hot, you stick your pasta bowl right on the little mitt there, and it goes right in the microwave. And when you pull it out, no problem. And these have a cute little Italian, decoration on them. So we're going to give those away. That's going to be our next giveaway. In fact, why don't we just do it now? You guys want to spin the wheel and see who else is going to get these? Can we do it? Yeah. Let's spin the wheel, Sue.
Set it up so the brain shows.
Who's that? Sandra! Oh my God, Sandy! Now people are gonna think she's racist, but she's literally sitting right there. Congratulations! Congratulazione! Thank you for playing with us and being with us, and you get the Suples. And shall we give away? Shall we do something else? I'm feeling like we should give away one of those beautiful jewelry bags. Do you have a photo of the jewelry bag so people can kind of see what it is before we give it away? It kind of cinches up, so it becomes a little pouch. It's got these beautiful little ribbons, but yeah, there it is. And you can put your earrings in the little pockets. There's several different pockets in there, and it's perfect for traveling. This one has a beautiful Rome travel pattern on it, this fabric. So let's spin the wheel again and see who's going to get this prize. Frida, yes, Frida, she's in Maine. Hopefully she's watching right now. Frida, if you're watching, drop a comment in the YouTube stream because you've just won yourself a beautiful travel bag. Now, Mom, can you hear me? Are there more than one travel bag? Should we do
I have
one?
two sets. Each set is a lingerie bag with a jewelry bag. So there's two different sets.
Oh, okay. So there's a lingerie bag as well as the jewelry bag, and that's actually for you to put your unmentionables in. So let's give away another set, actually. Let's spin the wheel again a third time. Your unmentionables. I can't tell you because they're unmentionable. Oh, I can't mention lingerie. You know, the bits that cover the unmentionable. I feel like we can mention them. Can we mention them? Justin. Justin, you're getting a lingerie and a jewelry bag. Justin, you're the happy winner of that particular item. I don't know where you are in the world right now. You could be anywhere. If you're watching, please drop a comment in the YouTube stream because if we don't hear from you by the end of the show, we're going to give it to somebody else. All right. What's next? Let's see. I think we have some beautiful guests waiting to join us. We have, let's do some more guests. Sue, we have okay, next page probably. Welcome.
Okay, so we have another guest, who is Isabella Flesh. She's a wellness warrior and a best-selling author. She began her career as a corporate attorney in New York, and after a life-changing encounter, which maybe she'll talk to us about, she decided to follow her calling and her dreams. And she is the author of the best-selling J'adore novels and the YA series Bonjour Girl. She's also a spiritual coach, and she loves to share inspired philosophical and spiritual teachings. And I've been following her on Instagram. Isabel, will you tell us your Instagram handle? Because I love it so far, and I think everybody should follow you.
Oh, I'm wearing my disco crown for you, Karina.
Thank you.
My handle, my Instagram handle is isabel.lafleche, which is my name. And I would love for you to follow me. It's a great pleasure to be here. I absolutely loved your book. I needed to read that book at that time. I think we all do. I think we've all had a rough year. And this book is bringing so much joy, a lot of freedom to our lives, some adventure, some sexiness. But I really, really, really loved it. The timing could not have been better. And I think it's going to be fantastic because we all need some escapism. We need to feel empowered, and we all need to travel. We all need to travel. So the timing is impeccable. And there's a word that I learned by reading this book called The Encyclopedia of the Exquisite, and it's Maraviglia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly. And it's about all things marvelous. And I think your book represents that a lot because we learn things through these wonderful Italian ladies. And we also, like I said, we escape from our realities, from the humdrumness of life. And so I love that word, Maraviglia, and I think it really represents your book.
I said I had the same yard.
So I think that in terms of my own journey. Karina, I'm sorry, Adrielle, you were asking about my own journey. The reason Karina and I met was that we have a similar path. We both have similar backgrounds in many ways, and we met actually through a common acquaintance. And to give you a little bit of background on my own story, in a previous life, my life was not marvelous at all. There was no Maraviglia in it at all. I started my life as a corporate attorney, working in New York City, not happy at all. I was very miserable at the time, and I was working crazy hours. And I basically had this incredible encounter on the streets of Manhattan. I was walking down the streets of New York City on a dreary November day, and this woman literally grabbed my arm. I was walking on Lexington Avenue, and she grabbed my arm, physically grabbed my arm, and said, "I have a message for you." And I was a little afraid, I was freaking out because it was New York, and I thought she was crazy. And she said, "I have a message for you." She had dark eyes, dark skin, the whole thing, dark coat. And she said to me, "I have a message for you." And so I listened because I was looking for some guidance in my own life. And she pulled out a business card, and it said, "Christine Psychic." And so, my ears perked up, and I said to her, "If you're going to tell me that my parents are going to die in a car crash, I'm not interested." And she said, "No, I have a message for you about your career, about your life path. You're totally off your path." And so I immediately felt called. She said, "Follow me home, and I'm going to help you. I have clairvoyance. I'm a psychic. I can help you in your life." And so I could have ended up in a garbage bag, but I followed her to her apartment in New York, and she pulled out a table and a crystal ball. It was like a movie, basically. And she said, "What did you want to do when you were a young girl?" And she says, "I see you're very unhappy. You're working a job. You're not happy at all in your life. What did you want to do as a young girl?" And I said, "Well, I would have loved to become an actress like you." And I also said I loved fashion, maybe, fashion designer. And she said, No. What about writing? Didn't you write stories as a young girl?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, I used to write stories as a young child." And she says, "Well, I don't understand what you're doing with your life. You're working for a bank. You'll never be happy. You'll never be happy. You need to quit your job, go back home, and start writing." And it was a very, very, very challenging moment for me because deep down in my heart, I knew she was right. I had this imposter syndrome. Being a corporate attorney, I was working on Wall Street, and I was crying every day because I was so profoundly unhappy. And so within 6 months, I gave my resignation. I moved back to Montreal, my hometown. I signed up for creative writing classes, and I started writing. And these people in my class really encouraged me to write fiction. And this one man stood up in class and said, "You should write a book, because if you wrote a book, I would buy the book." And that night, I started writing my first novel, which was J'adore New York. It was very much inspired by my own life, the story of an unhappy French-speaking lawyer who moves to Manhattan and has a life-changing encounter. And this book basically became a bestseller. And this is how I met Karina, through this process. And today I had a spiritual awakening down the road. So a lot of things happened to me. And today I guide people to help them find their own purpose. And one of the things that I want to say is that we all have magic within ourselves. You have magic, you have talents, you have gifts. And the world is changing very rapidly. We saw that this year. The energies of the world are changing. And I'm not going to go into all the spiritual mumbo jumbo, but I want you to know that you have a treasure inside of you, and it's time to bring it out. Everyone is waiting for this treasure. And I accompany a lot of people who are looking for their own treasure, who feel lost, because I felt lost for a long time. And today my family has changed. My family before of corporate America has become a family of artists, of beautiful people like Karina. And I am very much here. This is my raison d'être. The reason for my being here is to write books and stories and to entertain people just like you, Karina, but it's also to help people who are feeling a bit lost on their path. So I consider myself lucky to be doing this work, and I'm very, very much excited for you, Karina, because I love your book, and it has a very important message about women's not just the empowerment of women, but women's sensuality, because I feel like that's something that we've lost, especially this year, but also in general. We need to go back to our feminine side, our femininity, to embody the feminine within ourselves, to allow ourselves to receive, and to stop being in the go, go, go mentality, that we've been brought up in. We've been taught to be like men, and men also have a feminine side. So we both have feminine and masculine, and we need to embody both sides of our personalities, of ourselves. And I think your main character shows that side, the feminine side. She's willing to receive her pleasure, her abundance. She's willing to receive all this great stuff, beautiful food and wines. And I think we all need to reconnect with that part of ourselves, which has been lost in the last couple of years. And more than that, actually, but particularly this year. So that's my story. And I am very, very excited for you, Karina. I'm thrilled for your book. And I know that we all need adventure right now. We all need to reconnect within ourselves. And I consider your book a maraviglia. So bravo.
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. I don't know if it's Isabel or the cocktail, but I'm feeling very relaxed all of a sudden.
I think it's Isabel and the cocktail.
Yes. Well,
your energy is just like coming through the screen.
If you would like, I could do, if you're into this, I can do an energy transmission. So everybody's going to relax. I'll invite everyone to just close your eyes. Close your eyes for an instant. If you're into this, this is great. If not, it's okay too. Take a deep breath. Exhale. And just listen to my voice. Take it all in. This is my gift to you. I am serenity. I am power. I am grace. I am bliss. I am feminine. I am sexual. I am truth. I am here to be my higher self, to embody all that I came to be. I am gifted. I am talented beyond measure. I came here with a purpose, and I know in my heart what it is. The world is waiting for this purpose to come to light. I show my talents freely. I let it all flow. I am light. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am splendid. I am sexy. I am all and so, so much more. I receive this light today. I am ready to take on the world. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am more than just enough. I am marvelous. You are the light. Be the light. Receive the light. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Namaste.
Oh, grazie. That was fantastic.
That was so lovely.
So glad you did that. Thank you. Totally
My
unexpected,
pleasure.
but definitely needed.
Also, all the technical stuff worked.
I know, right?
You made it work, Isabel.
You made it work. Thank
Yes.
you so much. Thank you for joining us. And we also have another guest joining us now.
Okay.
Heather. Heather, are you here with us? Let's see, we've got Heather.
I'm here.
Oh, hello. Oh my gosh, it's the tiara theme.
I was
Yes,
so
this is-
inspired by Isabel's crown that I was like, I have a crown. I'm a cat lady.
Oh,
I can do this.
And it matches your painting.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just
Very
blending
pretty
into my
color.
wall here. What a
Oh, wow,
rager.
I love it.
Thank you.
All right, let me introduce you properly.
We're on mute.
Okay, here
Oh,
is Heather is a LA native and a comedian. You've seen her on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, The Mindy Project, New Girl, and Netflix Cooking on High. She features for Jeff Garlin in LA, New York, Chicago, and London. And she was a recipient of the stand-up comedy Martin Grant and performs all over LA and even teaches comedy classes. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for reading the book.
Thank Thank you for having me. I love the book. It was such a fun read.
Did you have a clip that you wanted to show us? Is that right? Can we show
Yeah.
it now? Okay, let's do that.
It's hard to be a woman too because even if you get really successful, there's always someone who's gonna say she slept her way to the top. And I just think that's so ridiculous because in my experience, it doesn't work like that. The only time a man has ever done anything for me is when he's trying to sleep with me but hasn't yet. Anytime I ever actually sleep with a guy, afterward I'm always just like, hey, where'd that guy go? Like, I don't think it should be called sleeping your way to the top. I think it should be called, oh no, I couldn't, your way to the top.
So true. Thank you. That is pretty funny. So you do a lot of shows here in LA, and I know that you're a very good comedian and actress, and I'm interested in, because I'm not a comedian. I'm definitely not, and I'm a screenwriter, but I'm not really that good at writing comedy. I can do dramedy. A comedy, it takes a special kind of gift for that. So I can see that you have that, and I just wanted you to, if you could, talk a little bit about the comedy in the book.
Yeah, definitely. I thought it was so interesting. I mean, to me, I've always been the kind of person, like, even when I'm really mad, I smile. And I think that's the kind of person that does comedy. It's a natural kind of like peacekeeping, survival sort of, ability to have. I thought that the book was really nice, and it made me think of this clip because it talked about the male gaze and about, the book itself was very flirty, but I love that it didn't feel like it was trying to fit into a masculine definition of what sexy is. I have a friend who works in the corporate world pretty high up with a lot of men, and I was talking to her about it, and she said that she sees two kinds of women in her line of work. She sees women who play to their own strengths, and then women who try to kind of put on that same masculine energy to match the men that they're working around. And I just think this book felt so authentic to her and the female, the way that she would have these conversations with Modesty. Like, she would be like, Modesty, there you are. Why do I care what other people think? But also it's ingrained in me. And I just feel like those kind of truths, I don't know, it just made me think of that clip in the way that it's like, people say she slept her way to the top. Well, that's not really a reality, so yeah, I thought it was really refreshing. I also think that, comedy used to be that it was only really weird looking people or a big fat person or,
Man.
Yeah, men, definitely.
That's a different way to say it. Yeah.
I feel like also, like, I did a little bit of stand-up, and when I would wear a dress, people wouldn't laugh. But if I wore, like, flannel and jeans, then I got
You know
laughed.
what's interesting is, like, I don't believe the thing where people are like, you can't be pretty and funny, or you can't be whatever, sexy and funny. But I will say what I do think is true is, like, if you're ever in a strip club, it's silent. Like, people aren't, it's almost like you're not ticklish when you're turned on. And I can agree that if there's a comedian and she's got like all of the cleavage in the world out, that it could just be so distracting and delicious that you're not listening or you don't find something as funny, you know? And I think that there's a lot of gray area in those kinds of the things where they're like, there are things that women experience that are true. It doesn't mean like beautiful women can't be funny, but I don't know. There are actually some nude stand-up shows. I've never been to one.
What? Oh
I know, that blows my mind.
Well, we heard, I actually
This is
heard that
interesting.
Heather, you were going to do one for us now.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that?
Well, we
is
have it
that-
on the script right
Yeah,
here.
you're
It says
doing
that
it.
you're-
I think that was a big portion of our
See-
audience here to see.
See, you
her.
have done stand-up. Live webcam. I should have known what I was getting into over here.
Although I feel like if we asked her to do that, she would do it and she would have a baby right here.
Oh my God, I do. I have a little baby that's like sleeping right now. It's a miracle. I know. It's so funny though. I feel like he's either sleeping and he's amazing or he's like real live birth control, you know?
I think we should cast Heather as Marina.
All right.
She's just already got the part when those.
Oh my gosh. Take me to Italy. Let's do it. I'm ready to dance in the fountains.
We might shoot Burbank for Italy, but at least
Damn.
you get the lead of the thing.
Okay. That's a pretty fun
It's a good
trade.
trade.
I
And
also
the- and
just
the-
liked the stuff where she would say things like when she didn't want to go in the car with the guy and she was like, do I want to die right now? Like that's such a real thought that women have all the time, and we're so numb to it that we do say it flippantly to each other. We're like, hey, I'll text you after my date unless I'm murdered. Bye. You know, like so I like that felt woven in like really naturally.
It is interesting how that feeds into our whole experience as women. Like traveling alone in Italy, that is a concern.
Right.
It's to like be careful and not get raped or murdered.
Yeah, not to end up like an episode of Forensic Files instead of like a cool romance novel.
Yeah, like Sex and the City instead of NCIS.
There you go.
CSI Italy.
We
Yeah.
are gonna. I'm not sure this is the comedic part of that, but we are gonna talk about that with our next guest in a little while. Not quite yet, because the safety, women traveling alone in safety is a question, you know. And I'm glad that you brought that up, Heather, because we're gonna talk about that with Anna when she comes on a little bit later.
Yeah.
The travel specialist.
I also just thought like the character was so self-deprecating, which is like a pretty great comedy tool where it's like, even though she's this hot young girl traveling by herself, like you get that she's goofy and she's sunburned and she says something awkward and like her purse flies across the room and, you know, like those kind of things. And it was just so likable and relatable, kind of going back to the thing of like, you don't have to be like a big fat man to be a comedian anymore. And it's kind of nice because we all have those universal truths to like share and laugh about. And I really think comedy is just, there's a quote that's laughter is the sound of people realizing they're not alone. And I think good comedy kind of taps on those experiences that feel universal. And I think the book really did that in a nice way. And I love the mom character too, as like the comedy there was just so rich.
And the other thing that I feel like Heather is highlighting that is such a beautiful part of this book is, you know, I feel like as the collective, we have this idea of what sexy is, and it's like, well, it's like this beautiful woman, and she's confident, and she's queen-like, and she's walking beautifully in her heels. But actually, what's really, I think, appealing and sexy, especially to men, from what I've heard, or women, or whoever, you know, your gaze is towards, it is the humanity and the humanness of you know, falling on your face, and that is super sexy.
Yeah, and like her willingness to adventure, and also just the way that she calls herself out. Like self-awareness buys you so much. Like when she's at the airport and she's being kind of a dick to the older woman, but she calls herself out for it, so you like kind of don't hate her. You're like, oh yeah, I've been a dick. I get it. I've been trying to get on a flight, you know?
Yeah, and that older woman was a dick too, so whatever.
There we go.
Ruby
Full circle.
Ruby of the
Vegan goat farts.
Yeah.
There you go.
Heather,
Ruby for
tell
the
us
win.
where we can see. Do you have any gigs coming up that we can see online?
I'm starting to have live shows again. I'm doing Flappers in Burbank, speaking of which, aka Italy, Sunday night. Come on through. But yeah, my Instagram, which is at hellopasternak. I was gonna say .com. Good morning. At hellopasternak on Instagram is usually where I post most of my shows. heatherpasternak.com is where I have stuff going on. So yeah, come follow me online. It's Hello Pasternak. We're missing an S in there, but Paternak is a cool name too. So like close enough.
I think it's on the program that I sent everybody.
I believe it.
You know, but we'll fix it in a second.
Man, Hello Paternak is going to be pumped. I'll tell you.
There we go. We got it right. Thank you.
We got it. Yeah, come hang out with me in real life, which people are doing again tentatively. So that's nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me and for letting me read the book. I had such a good time.
I'm so glad. All right. Well, stick around, and we're going to give away another gift now. I think we're going to give away our stones, our safe travel stones. These are from Erin India. She's got a shop on Etsy too. Her shop is called Minerals by Nature. And this is a set of safe travel stones that you can throw in your bag and keep yourself safe. Oh, I love Laurie. Hello, Laurie. Hello. Who else do we have here? Meg is here with us. Thank you for joining us. Nadia is still with us. Ciao, Bella. And let's give away a prize. Let's spin that wheel.
I'm worried that your dress is going to fly up in the air, spinning around. You're going to see your parts, but maybe you've already put them in the bag.
Nicole.
the travel bag.
Nicole, how do you say the last name? Bellevue? Bellevue?
Bellevue. Yes,
Bellevue.
Nicole is a friend of mine. Her name is Bellevue. Bellevue.
Bellevue. Oh, well, she has won the Travel Stones. Just
Yay.
drop a comment in the YouTube stream and tell us that you're claiming your prize. Congratulations. And you know what? I think at this point, it's time to have another drink. Giuseppe, allora, it is time for another drink. And let's go back to Lori and Scott because they've got a red wine for us, I think, somewhere. Although this is pretty good, I have to say. I'm still on the honey bubbles. Do we have Lori and Scott still with us? Oh, they're gone. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to have to do
We can do
the
it.
red by ourselves.
Let's see.
It is not the Verbo. It's the Palazzo della Torre.
Rosso Veronese.
Adria.
It's a full bottled blend that's produced with double fermentation.
Interesting. Anything about notes on the bouquet? What do you say? It's a great value for money, guys. We've lost our sommelier. She's actually, unlike us, working today. So, Giuseppe, what do you have to say about this wine? Tell us. Come on, Giuseppe. Let's hear it.
This is a full-bodied red blend produced with a double fermentation.
Anything else?
Palazzo della Torre testimonia la maglia, ritratti, diventari, un grande territorio vocato.
There you go. And Nadia will tell us if your pronunciation was correct or not.
Did you say there was avocado?
There's avocado in this wine, guys. Which, it's great. I hope you like it, Mom, because I know you ordered 6 bottles of it. This is a little more than a taste. When I go to the tasting rooms, Giuseppe, you've got a heavy hand there.
There you go.
Cheers, 6 bottles.
We're down to it now.
What do you think, Lori? Is it good?
Super high alcohol, yeah.
Oh, and we've got Alexia and Gianpaolo with us too. You guys are in Canada. Where are you calling us from?
If you order 6 bottles, you get for shipping.
You're muted. Can we unmute Alexia for a second? Oh, you have to unmute yourself.
I am from
There
Toronto.
you are. Pronto. You're an Italian in Canada. What happened to you?
Who knows? Apparently there are a lot of us though.
Gianpaolo is here as well.
But the real Italian is here as well.
And the real Italian. Hello, how are you?
Oh. Ciao. Bienvenuto. These are our
Grazie
friends.
mille. Grazie per l'invito.
And you guys were in Rome and then you flew the coop. You went to a cooler climate.
What made you go to Canada?
Just to change.
Oh, nice. It's nice to have a change. And do you have
Change
wine?
of scenery.
You having wine with us tonight?
Actually, we're still on white.
Ah, well, the Italians do things more slowly. They appreciate things.
They stay up later.
More slowly. They stay up later. They have 3-hour meals. And
Are they eating a lamb?
and who
No,
else is on
pizza.
pizza? Julie. Is Julie with us? Julie McBride? Let's see if we can find Julie. Alexia is Nadia's sister, by the way, you guys.
She's
Our
here.
beautiful actress
Yeah.
sister. Julie.
I'm here.
Julie. And she's wow. Do you have some wine notes for us, Julie? Are you
I have
enjoying
had
wine?
more than enough wine.
Where's Michael? Where's your better half?
There's Michael.
Michael, come on. And is Nadia still with us? Nadia?
There's Nadia.
Ciao, Bella. So Nadia is the sorella of Alexia. Nadia
has to
and
unmute
Alexia.
herself.
You have to unmute yourself, Nadia, so we can hear you. But we got to put our earphones back on if we do that. So, ciao. Cheers. Cheers. Yeah, and we've got Laurie with us too. Laurie, and is Ryan there?
Oh, that's Lori Reeves. It's Anne
Ryan
Reeves.
there?
Oh, no.
Not at this second. He took a break, but he'll be right back.
You're drinking by yourself. It's more for you. Oh, there's Michael. There he is. Welcome, Michael McBride.
Hello there.
Oh, that's Julie McBride.
That's what I
It is Julie.
Mom, we can hear you. Mom, we can hear you. It's all right. She ordered 6 bottles, so all bets are off on that one. Okay. Clearly, I've had a lot to drink, but I think that we have a musical guest coming on now. Meg, do we have a transition for Meg? You know what? Let's just go to Meg and then we'll introduce the music video. Let's go to Meg first. Meg, are you with us?
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Can you guys hear me okay? It's like a little choppy on my end, so I don't know if...
It's a little choppy, but it's like, do you have a headset? Do you have earphones you can wear? Because it sounds like you're speaking Japanese.
I do.
Now. Oh, she's got them on.
She's
got them on.
These AirPods.
Okay. Well, we can hear you. And you look fabulous. Let me just
Okay, you can hear me. As long, thank you. As long as you can hear me, that's the important part.
And thank you for joining us on your vacation. You're traveling right now, is that right?
I am. I actually, so funny. I'm in Miami right now, and when I was reading the book, I was like, oh my God, I'm really going to Miami. And you had this whole excursion in the Miami airport, which I thought was hilarious because I was just there.
Okay, and you're not alone. Just make sure your friend knows that they're on camera as well.
Yeah, my girlfriend is grabbing some ice.
Sweet, because I know you're probably in a hotel room, so I just want to warn you, like if your guest is also on camera.
Oh yeah, no, I let her know. I was like, just make sure
she puts her pants
like
on.
a robe on or something.
Pants
Pants
are optional.
Pants optional.
Pants are optional for this.
Optional.
You know what? You have a music video you want to show us, which I think is unbelievably beautiful and sexy. So can we watch that now? Let's do that.
Thank you. Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's put it on. Thank you so much for wanting to watch it and enjoy it.
Baby, you flawless. I'm being careless with all your feelings. Try not to feel this. Why are you perfect? Like this ain't worth it. I should've known what I was doing. I got somebody and he fucking loves me, but I loved it when you pinned me down right after one. Read me like one of your books. I flipped all the pages down, yeah. You stand here close enough to touch my body. What are we thinking right now? Let me hear you say you wanna touch my body. Tell me that you think, yeah. Tell me right now. I know it's reckless. Why do I do this? Put myself in this position. Maybe I'm obsessed. It's an addiction to fix the issues, yeah. I should've known by now that there's been something missing. But why the hell did I love it when you pinned me down right after one? Read me like one of your books, then ripped all the pages down, yeah. You stand here close enough to touch my body. What are we thinking right now? Let me hear you say you wanna touch my body. Tell me that you think, yeah. Tell me right now. Stand here close enough to touch my body. Stand here right now, hey. Watching you figure me out, heating me up, grabbing my attention now. Never wanted this to stop now. I'm off the limit, yeah. We should've known by now that it's just all bad timing. We couldn't help ourselves. Stand here close enough to touch my body. Stand here close enough to touch my body. Let me
Meg, that was beautiful.
That was
hot. Hot.
We need to
hot, baby.
introduce Meg properly. She is a native to is it California or Los Angeles? Los Angeles, which is very unusual. And you are an actress and a recording artist, and you are currently starring on the CW show Stargirl as the villainess Shiv. And we love your music. How do you balance
Thank you.
this everything you do? How are you doing that?
Well, to be honest, a lot of the songs I've been releasing within the last few months, I wrote a while ago, and I've just been holding on to them, deciding when to release them and if to release them. Sometimes you sit on a song for a while and it gets kind of old, or sometimes you want to hear, people's feedback and critique about it, and that's when you release it. But I've been in the studio writing since I've been back in Atlanta. I was shooting Stargirl in Atlanta, and once I got back, I was able to bank in some studio time, and I'm still doing that on my hiatus. So I don't know when those songs will come out, hopefully sooner than later. But Body, actually, I wrote Body, I think it was like a year ago. And I wanted to release it immediately, but I wanted to wait till the show comes out to kind of, I don't know, have multiple things, coming out at the same time to kind of complement each other, which I thought would be kind of fun. So it's fairly easy, to be honest.
So you feel like one plays off the other, it sounds like.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I've been fortunate enough to have some roles that actually do include singing as well. I was on this show, The Fosters, for a couple of years, and when they found out that I was also a musician, they incorporated that into the character, and I would play guitar.
That's so exciting. That's so exciting.
I feel like, Meg, you're like the version that Marina wants to be when she's like at the party at the villa, and she's trying to be the sex, like she's on the dance floor, she's trying to dance sexy, or she's like, there's a scene in Capri where she's trying to seduce this like young Italian cop, and you're like what she tries to be, and like she's the complete opposite. Like it's always a debacle with her, but you're like what she's aiming to be, I think, and that especially in that video. So
Hi, I'm so sorry I lost you guys for a second. My bad.
We were just talking about how the character in Karina's book is aspiring to be you in real life, but she is the comedy version of you. Yeah, you're pulling it off, but she's like, kind of messing it up in a sweet, sexy, funny way.
Oh my gosh, no, you pull out perfectly. No, your whole trip, the whole trip was just absolutely, it was so funny to read and one step by step and all the funny, just.
Oh no, did we lose Meg? Are you still there, Meg? It's that hotel Wi-Fi.
yeah, that's what it is. All right, well, maybe in the meantime, let's give away another gift. How about we do that? Let's do another giveaway, and if we can get Meg back, we'll get her back. So you know what we're gonna give? I think we're gonna give away the monogrammed tote bag and makeup bag. Sue, is that right? We're gonna
that's
do. This is Kaylee's Monograms, and she's got a shop on Etsy called, I think it's Kaylee's Monogram Shop, and they have all these awesome. I mean, literally, you can get like anything monogrammed, and she's got it for you if that's what you want. And if you're the winner, you can tell her what you want on there. You can do a phrase, she said, or you can do your actual initials. But this is going to be a tote bag and a makeup bag for traveling. Let's see, who do we have here? Tamika! Woo, 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 woo. All right, Tamika, if you're watching, please drop us a comment in the YouTube feed. You have won the personalized makeup bag and tote bag. Congratulations, Tamiko. Tamiko is in Sherman Oaks watching. And you know what? I think it's time for one last guest. Okay. Sue, do we have Anna with us yet? On the StreamYard feed? Anna. Let's see. She's not on. Okay. So why don't we, we're going to have some wine drinking music now. Yeah, let's do a signed book giveaway because I know that's going to be our last giveaway for the day. Let's just do another spin of the wheel and we'll give away another autographed book. So hopefully you guys are all registered. I don't know what to do about Anna. Lorena Barton. Yes, Lorena, you've won the autographed copy. I will write anything you want in it, except for my phone number, but I actually think you already have my phone number. Tamiko is claiming her prize. We would cut to you if we could, but you are on YouTube because you did not want to be on camera. I'm assuming you're very comfortable in your pajamas right now on your couch drinking wine. Let's I don't know because Anna's not here with us, so this might be the end of the party. I think we should go back to our VIP guests. Let's do one more rotation through the VIP people. Let's see what
we didn't talk too much to this lady,
Laurie,
number 1 or 2.
Let's just talk about what we're going to talk about with Anna. So Anna is a specialist. She's a travel agent, but their company is Ormina Tours. But they actually have a company that specializes. They're based in Australia, but they specialize in Italian travel.
Give me that.
So tell me when you get her on.
Ready?
Yeah, sure. So what we're going to talk about, we might actually do, Anna and I had planned to do a separate event that was just her anyway, talking about safety for women traveling alone, because the book is about a woman traveling alone. Yes, she meets up with friends and she travels with friends, which is what we often do. But there are certain things, like especially when you're dating abroad, that you want to kind of like think about. You know what I mean? So that was a separate thing that we were going to do with Anna. And her company, Ormina Tours, specializes in Italian travel. So they actually, a lot of the locations that are featured in the book are locations that they can book you into if you want to participate with them. So pictures. What are these pictures? Oh, this is her website. You're showing us. Thank you. Ormina Tours.
So this is a travel company that's aimed at women traveling alone.
Yeah, well, no, not that's not their sole focus, but they do have a lot of clients that fall into that category. So, if you are planning a trip with your girlfriends or planning a trip alone and you happen to be female, they're definitely the people to talk to because they can help you figure out cool places to go that are safe and fun, and are going to be, a good time. Do you want to talk about it? Yeah, the book came about because I had written a pilot. I'm a screenwriter as well, by the way, and I had written a pilot called Wanderlust, which is the same title as the blog. What made you? What drew you to that? What made you want to write that? Well, I did a lot of traveling in my 20s, let's just say, and I have a lot of stamps in my passport. So I think that some of it is based on, there's the hitchhiking scene in the book, and there's a couple other scenes in the book that are based on things that really happened to me. But then the fun thing about being a writer is that you can actually take something from reality and then embellish upon it, right? So everything that happens in the book might, there's things that are based in reality, but then I made it more fun. And let's just say Marina has a lot more fun than I did in real life, but that's kind of where the book came from. But I wrote a pilot that was set in Key West when she returns home when she's 30. her passport gets stolen, and she has to go back home, and she gets stuck kind of at home facing the old relationships that you leave behind when you're in your 20s and you go globetrotting all over the world and you have these great adventures and you come back home and you try to decide if you're the same person that you were when you left. So that's the pilot is a dramedy, but the books are very much romantic comedy. This is the first in a series, as you will see if you read the book.
So what made you go from the pilot and pivot it into this travelogue?
I think because, you know, I had people reading the pilot and there's all these flashbacks in the pilot of her trips that she took and these romantic liaisons that she had. And the people reading the pilot were like, well, what's that about? So they were really interested in that stuff too. And I realized that there's this whole section that I hadn't really tapped yet. So I started exploring that the earlier, you know, the 20s rather than 30s. And so the books are set in the 20s. The blog is set when she's still in college. You know, there's a whole world here that you can tap into.
And is the idea that you'll do other books that will be like France or?
Yeah, the next one is going to be New Zealand, Australia.
And is it written or outlined or
not written?
Okay.
It is outlined. It is not written, but that is the next book. And actually, if you get to the end of this book, you will see that there's sort of a lead in to that. But each book is, so this is a Not So Lonely Planet, Italy. And the next one is going to be a Not So Lonely Planet, New Zealand, Australia.
What made you pick New Zealand to be that?
I've been there, and it's a lot of fun. Okay. And I loved it. Okay. It's beautiful and exciting. So, yeah.
Do you have advice for a woman in her 20s traveling alone?
You know, I think that a great thing to do is meet up with people. Like, I think that, you know, there's a certain freedom to the independence of being able to make your own program and schedule. But if you're open to meeting people, it's really easy. So when you're on a train or you're on a plane, and you can tell who the other travelers are. You know, it's not the guy who's going home; it's the other guy who's got like the backpack or whatever that you start talking to. And it's a lot of fun to travel. In the book, she meets up at the very beginning. She meets up with a couple of gals who. Yin and yang, that are polar opposites, obviously, and they're a lot of fun, and they just enrich her travel experience. So, in my personal experience, when I travel, meeting up with people, being open to making friendships as you travel, just makes things more fun and more safe and more exciting.
And what's your goal with the books? Is there an aim, or is it just to share your experience and encourage young women to travel alone? What's the joy here? I mean, not that I can't figure it out.
That is a good question. I think a lot of it is just to entertain and to transport people on these trips that might not be like they're in their bed or their living room reading the book, but suddenly they're in Italy, you know? And I think that that's a lot of fun. I want to inspire young women and old women, whatever, like women of all ages, really, to go out and have adventures and find romances and, you know, be themselves.
And what made you want to explore? Because I don't think, maybe it's just I'm such a prude, but I love the sexy part of this. And I love, you know, you said to me, like, curl up with a glass of wine. And I really have enjoyed that. So and I don't think I can think of another book that I've read like that. So what made you think like, oh, this is a niche I want to explore, like a sexy?
That's a good question. I think especially
It's so perfectly timed during COVID and you know, all this isolation.
I didn't set out to write a romance novel, honestly, like a sexy romance novel. I just wrote a book, and then I got interest from Fleece Press, which is an awesome label that has published the book, and I'm so grateful. In fact, right now, let's pause for a shout out to my editor, Hannah, and Ashley, who's been fantastic helping me with all of the promotional materials for this event and all of the things that are in publicity through the publisher.
And how did you get hooked up with that?
You know, it's one of those things where the old story of trying to get a book agent for a year and after all the doors in your face, you know, and finally you find the right fit, and it's not even through an agent. I actually found these guys because they were looking for books like mine, and it was just a good fit. So Fleece and Start recognized the potential and they published the book. Thank you guys. And hopefully this is the beginning of a long journey for us together. And here we are. So, you know, labor of love, really. That's what everything is. That means a lot.
And what does your mom think of this? She's on. So
I don't know.
Has your mom read the book?
No, I hope not. She's gone. She went to the bathroom. Thank God. I don't think she's read the book. I was
Because your mom knows you're a virgin, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Even though you have a child.
So yeah, I don't know. I was gonna send her a copy of the book with the pages that I wanted spaced out, but she got her hands on another copy earlier. So I hope she hasn't read it yet. We'll see if she still calls me if I get Christmas cards.
I think she's called you. She's FaceTiming you right now with her 2 friends. I think she's pretty proud. Are you proud?
I'm proud. I'm proud. Very proud.
So I think it's all right.
And are you guys ready to go to Italy, Sandy and Donna?
Heading on. Where's the tickets?
Where's the tickets, she says.
Here's a news flash. Oh, Anna's here. Should we go to Anna?
Yeah, let's actually say hi.
Here's a news flash, and I know no one knew this, but women actually have sex.
Good to know.
Don't tell anyone. I'm just figuring this out right now.
By the way.
I mean, I figured it out, but I didn't know that anyone else knew. But we can talk about it. It's post-COVID. Okay, let's introduce.
Anna Jones. Anna Jones is the CMO of Ormina Tours. And she is a luxury tour operator based in Australia that specializes in personally curated small group and private journeys in Europe. The group has tailored thousands of personalized journeys and small group tours over almost 20 years and enjoys creating curated European experiences for guests.
And she's actually curated one for herself right now because I'm watching her Instagram feed and she's someplace. She's in Italy. Aren't you, Anna? Just tell us. We know.
Living the dream.
Where are you?
No, I'm in Perth, Australia.
Oh, wait, why did I think you were in Italy?
No, well, our Instagram feed might be, but.
Oh. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We were just talking about safety for women traveling alone, and I know that you have a lot of clients that are women that are traveling alone or women traveling in groups. Is that right?
Yes, we have a lot of solo travelers, and they do tend to be mostly female for a variety of reasons in their life. They don't have someone to travel with and don't want to be held back and just want to continue to, live their life and follow their dreams. So safety is definitely something that people want to know about. But we're lucky. We do a lot of Europe, and you really are safe in most places in Europe. It's just about being smart how you travel.
Awesome. And I think at some point we're going to do another little virtual event where we can talk about safety for women traveling alone and some of the locations that are in the book that you guys also have relationships with as a travel company. I know there's a hotel in Sicily, and there's a cool wine. There's actually a wine hotel in Rome, right? Anna, tell us about the wine hotel.
Yeah, this is a really special hotel. It's in Rome. It's right in the heart of Rome, and it is a boutique wine hotel. So they have an amazing cellar. All of the experiences that they have are curated around wine tastings and learning about, the different wine regions of Italy. And the hotel itself is amazing. Even if you weren't into wine, it's an unbelievable hotel. They only have about maybe 8 rooms. Each room is huge, and they're, uniquely designed, really catered to kind of I think, kind of a younger demographic that are looking for something really boutique, but also very luxury.
Can I ask Anna why is it, and what led you to this niche of guiding solo female travelers and keeping them safe?
Yeah, we don't only work with female travelers, solo travelers, but it is definitely a big, I I guess, a growing area in travel just in general. So anyone who works in travel would have come across, you know, kind of this demographic. And there are definitely companies that tailor specifically to them, but we just, you know, kind of adapt our program to work within whatever our travelers' needs are. And we see there's actually quite a lot of options for people who are traveling solo, whether you want to join a group tour. There are group tours that are specifically designed for solo travelers. There are even cruises that are specifically designed for solo travelers. And we do quite a lot of stuff that is bespoke. So we had one of our clients who was probably about 30, like in her mid to late 30s, did a 3.5-week tour with us on her own, fully private, all across Europe. And we do get a lot of those clients who, you know, maybe their friends or their family are in different places in their lives and they don't have the luxury of taking 3 weeks off. And instead of not traveling, they just decide to travel on their own. And it's phenomenal. There's a quote that I love in the book where she talks about her like French Italian photographer says to her, "You alone?" And she says, "I'm not alone, I'm independent." And I love that because it is really, I think, captures the spirit of what a lot of our clients feel.
Do you have advice for Marina on her next trip to
Australia, New
Australia and New Zealand?
Yeah, I think, look, I think she stumbled her way through it pretty nicely. I think the beauty of travel and solo travel is that you can just follow whatever comes up and you can meet people and you can have experiences and, you know, it's just you. So you can do exactly what you want to do and kind of just have those really amazing experiences that happen when you're traveling, you know, unexpected, but amazing. So I think she did. I think she managed it quite well in the end. I do think there's definitely, you know, like I said, from a safety point of view, they're not places like in Italy. You're really not. It's not like if you're going to, you know, Africa or places in Central America where you really, you know, can't wear watches, can't wear jewelry. Italy and Europe is not like that. But there are definitely, I think, tips that you could have, tips that we could give you around safety and where to stay and what to look out for. Because mostly what you're worried about is just kind of getting pickpocketed or someone stealing your stuff. So just being, I think, a little bit aware of that and where there is a higher chance of that and where there's not is probably the tips that we would give people.
So you feel like Marina did it well?
Yeah. I look at her
Anna,
trip and
what's your Instagram so we can get it up on the screen here? Do we have that?
Oh, yes, I'm following them.
It's Ormina Tours.
Ormina Tours on Instagram. Yeah, so you can actually follow them and get in touch with them. And your website, do you want to tell us what your website is?
Yeah, it's just www.orminatours.com.
Perfect. There you go. Plan your next trip to Italy.
Yes.
And
This is really making me want to go somewhere.
I know. Dying to travel after all of our lockdowns.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us today, Anna, and everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of this. We finished with we saved the best for last. So Anna was our last guest, and I think that this is going to be it. You can buy the book on Amazon. It's available now. Books A Million, pretty much anywhere that you can. And there's a ebook version as well. And
When does the ebook come out?
I'm not sure on the actual date. That might be available now, but the audio book is going to be, there's a time lag for that.
Who's doing it?
Are you the publisher involved? Oh, am I reading it? I don't know. They haven't asked me yet. I'm not very good at reading. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. Maybe. I know a couple of actresses, so maybe Adria. That would be a great idea.
Or there's plenty of people.
No. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. We had a great
so
time
nice
with
to talk to
you.
everybody and meet everybody.
Oh yeah, come on
we
over.
want
Come
our
on,
technician to
let
come over.
somebody let Sue out of the closet, please. The tech closet.
Oh, she's coming on here.
She's coming on here. There she is.
There's
Sue. Thank
From
you.
the booth. Bye, guys.
Grazie. Ciao.
Amazing.
All right. Somebody's showing us something on the phone there. What is that? What is that? Something. What is that?
Wait.
Oh, that's the
review.
link.
Oh, yes.
Review.
Yes,
Oh.
you guys, if you read the book, definitely
Please.
do a review. It really, really helps. Even though you think it doesn't, it really does. That kind of stuff always makes a difference. And also, if you add a photo to your review or any kind of visual, like video, anything, makes the review even more potent for whatever reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
A
if
video of
wanna-
you drinking wine and reading the book, or just smiling a lot. Oh yeah, let's read the comments.
Yeah,
Taylor
Taylor,
says,
I'm not alone. Hi, Taylor.
I'm not alone, I'm independent. Hi, Taylor. Thank you for watching us today. And here's another one. Oh, that's Nancy. This is great. All of us can't wait to read the book. I know she got her book in the mail recently. That's you, women. She's doing a hashtag women
actually have sex. I'm so glad that we got this out of the way.
Oh, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. It's been our pleasure to have you join us. And please, as she said, please do review the book on Amazon if you read it. Unless you didn't like it, then just keep it to yourself. That's fine with me.
Or lie.
Or lie. All right. Have another glass of wine and ciao, arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao. Thank you to everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.